everybody, it's Dr. Joe and Khaleesi, Queen of the Iron Throne. And today I'm going to show you 5 exercises for better posture. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So the first exercise for better posture is a simple chin tuck. And you guys have heard me talk about chin tucks a lot. I really think they're the best exercise for neck pain, posture correction, because a lot of times throughout the day we end up bringing our head forward like this. And so to have better posture, you want to bring that chin back in. And that's what a chin tuck is. It's not coming down, tucking in like this, but it's actually taking your chin and tucking it in where you end up getting lots of little chins. So what you want to do, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll place my finger on my chin kind of as a target. And so I'm going to leave my finger in one spot and then pull back my chin to get that chin tuck. Just hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, doesn't have to be very long, and then relax. And usually then you'll have a little bit of space in between your finger, which just shows you're correcting that posture a little bit. So it's a nice way just to kind of see how you're doing, but you don't have to. You just want to, imagine that your whole head is going back behind you, and that's a chin tuck where you're bringing it in. Again, holding it that 3 to 5 seconds. Maybe just do a 5 at a time, and you can do these several times throughout the day, especially if your posture is really bad, especially if you work on a computer all day and you kind of lean forward like that a lot. So then the next one is just kind of adding on to the chin tuck. So you're going to go into the chin tuck, and while you do the chin tuck, you're going to do a shoulder squeeze or a scapular squeeze. And that's just when you're taking those shoulder blades in the back and squeezing them together. So it's almost like you want to imagine that my hand's sitting on your spine and you're trying to squeeze my hand with your shoulder blade. So you're going to go into the chin tuck, tuck it in, and then squeeze your shoulder blades back. So see, I'm over exaggerating that correct posture, but you want to over exaggerate it to get used to being in that position. So chin tuck in, shoulder squeeze back, hold it for, again, 3 to 5 seconds, and then relax. So with the shoulder squeezes, you're using the muscles to squeeze back. You can use your elbows to kind of guide back there, but you're squeezing the muscles. You're not just pushing them back with your elbows. So squeezing back, tucking in that chin, holding 3 to 5 seconds, doing 5 or 10 a couple times throughout the day. So then again, to add on to those, to make it a little bit harder, just take a loop resistive band. This one's kind of neat. When I was having shoulder therapy several years ago, one of my therapists that I was working with taught me this move. And it looks easy, but if you're doing it correctly, it's actually pretty hard. So you're gonna go into the chin tuck, you're gonna go into the shoulder squeeze, get your shoulder blades back behind you. Elbows are going to be at your side, and you're going to put some tension on that band. So you're holding right here, you're tucked in, you're squeezing back, and then you're going to shrug your shoulders and come back down. So now you're working those neck muscles, your levator scapulae, your upper traps, all those kind of things. So again, I'm tucking in my chin, squeezing back, putting tension in, keeping my elbows by my side, and then coming up and coming back down, trying to keep all that together. So again, it might look easy, but you have to do all of them together. So if I do this and I'm not getting that shoulder squeeze, I'm not doing it correctly. Chin tuck, squeeze back, band with resistance, come up, come down without bringing that band back in. So again, it's harder than it looks. I just start off with 5 or 10, doing those a couple times throughout the day. Start off with the lightest loop band that you have, depending on the brand. The colors are different, so just make sure it either says light or it's the lightest one, because again, it's a lot harder than you think. You might think it's easy, but if you think it's easy, you're probably not doing it correctly. So the last 2 are going to be standing with a resistive band. So for the last 2 exercises, you want to anchor a resistive band either, on a door or a mysterious person behind the curtain holding the band. Special disclaimer alert, anytime you're pulling the band towards you, especially towards your face, make sure it's anchored properly, or the person that's holding on is holding on tight, because you don't want it to come back and smack you in the face. So make sure it's anchored before you attempt this at all. We now return you to your regularly scheduled exercise. So this time you want to wrap it around so you have 2 to hold on to. When I'm doing row type motions, I like to actually stagger my stance. Some people will stand like this, but then they tend to want to lean back and arch their back. You don't want to do that. You don't want to work on one thing and then get something else hurting. So this next one is going to be to work the lower trap. So this is a nice exercise, again, to open up that chest and get that better posture. So you're going to kind of get in that staggered stance, try and keep your back fairly straight, and you're going to do kind of what you would call a face pull. So you're coming up, pulling towards your face, and then you're bringing the band up, coming back down, and then bringing it back out. But control that motion. So you want to control the band. Don't go fast. Really control it. Do a slow face pull, push up, come back to your face, and then let it out. So this is a lot harder than it looks. So again, make sure you're just starting off with 5 or 10 with the lightest band that you have, and then do that a couple times throughout the day. So then the next one is just going to kind of be the other direction. So now you're going to come back into a regular row, thumbs kind of up. You're going to come into a row. You're going to bring your hands down, kind of opening your palms away from you, and then slightly pull back behind you. Come back in, bring them up, and then come back in. So I'm doing it step by step, but now this is the motion. So row, down, out, in, up, and that way. So again, if you're doing these correctly, they're a lot harder than they look. So make sure you're just starting off with a little bit and then progressively getting harder. So there you have it. Those were 5 exercises for better posture. If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click on the link up there. And don't forget to subscribe. We're right there, Miss Queen Khaleesi. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.